made another painting this week and I'm looking at it now, 24 hours after I finished it, and I am still having mixed feelings about it, which does not feel good. I don't know if I like it or not. I'm actually like messing around with it a little bit now. And well, I'll show you at the end the little mess around that I'm doing, but okay. Oh, I have a lot of mixed feelings. This is a tough one. It's a tough one for me. So, okay. Just roll the beautiful bean footage. I'd love to know what you think of it. Wow, that was so dramatic. Hi guys, and hello if you're new here. If you're new to this whole channel, my name's Debbie, and I'm a full-time artist based in Cleveland, Ohio. Most of what I make and the art that I'm creating is for my stationery and gift brand, Debbie Draws Funny, and most of it I create digitally. For greeting cards, stickers, pins, tote bags, that kind of thing. Most of it's like funny, goofy pop culture stuff. And the last 3 years, I've really been trying to get back into my traditional art making roots, if you will. So just going analog with getting back to drawing in sketchbooks and painting on canvas. Okay, I'm going to pause for a second because past Debbie is about to tell you the color palette and sketch that inspired this. Okay, so yesterday I sketched out, let me just move all these things out of the way. I sketched this out, if it's showing up. Okay, so if you can see, it's like mushroom, star, star, mushroom, mushroom, like a 4-leaf clover. I do like it. But then I doodled this up today, and I was looking at some different color combinations yesterday. I might have to make a third painting? I don't know what I want to do. I'm giving myself a lot of options here. And I finally inked up that green pencil page, so we did that. I still haven't done anything that's exactly like either of these. I don't know, it's like once I make something once, I almost don't want to make it again because I feel like I'm gonna make it wrong. That happened to anybody else? I'm looking at this like a day later and I'm like, oh, I kind of like that sketch, so maybe I will go with that after all. I don't know. It's a tough one. It's a tough one. Maybe I'll do this more in a blue, green, yellow thing. I don't know, I'm just thinking out loud. So I decided, I think I'm gonna go with this. Like yellow being the base, outlining in the hot pink, and doing a nice like Kelly green for the center. So I think that's what we're gonna do. I get so like nervous and excited right before I'm gonna paint anything. Why? It's gonna be okay. And if anything goes wrong, I could just do over. That's the beauty of gouache. That's the beauty of it, especially, you know, acrylic gouache. But I also get really nervous working with acrylic gouache because it can dry so quickly and then you're done. So little backstory, I made I was mixing paint last night, then we had to go vote on issue 1. Ohio was crazy, so let's not get into that whole thing. We had to vote no on issue 1 to make sure things don't get nuts. But I was mixing this color, I just added some more to it. Thankfully it stayed wet. I put it on one of these paint palette papers because I thought I don't have one of those stay wet palettes. So what I did was I put it on there, sprayed a lot of water on it, so put it inside one of these Ziploc bags, and it worked. It kept things, it kept it damp enough, you know, in there. So it didn't dry out because I was like, ugh, I hated the idea of like 3 tablespoons of paint just getting like ruined because, you know, gouache isn't cheap. So yeah, so I try to work fast when I'm working with acrylic wash on the occasions that I do. So, let's just get into it. Okay, we're gonna pop back in with voiceover Debbie. I was talking about how I was getting back into sketchbooks and going with my traditional art once again after years of basically just only doing digital art for my work. So take it away, me. I got heavy into my sketchbooks about 3 years ago and have not stopped. So, which is why I have like a plethora of sketchbook tours on my channel, and a lot of the videos I make here are actually me doing sketchbook page art and stuff. But I had all these prepped canvases, and I thought, let me get into those. Let me see what I can do with these bad boys. So last week I made a painting that I loved. This week I made a painting that I'm lukewarm about. And lukewarm feels like a generous temperature to rate this at. I don't know. I've got a lot of funny feelings about this. So I'm struggling a little bit. And let me just say, if you do like this sort of content and you want to subscribe, I'd love to have you here. And welcome to the family if you do. And if you are subscribed, just a heads up, you might want to hit the notification bell, just because YouTube has been doing me dirty and not sharing, like not pushing a notification to let subscribers know that my videos have been released. And I put out a video every week, so pretty much every Friday, sometimes a Thursday, but yeah, YouTube has not been letting people know. So I heard from 2 different people last week that they didn't know that I've been like putting out videos. They're like, oh, I didn't know. I just figured like you were on vacation. So if 2 people that are subscribed said that, I figured there must be a bunch of people who didn't hear about any videos either. So anyway, just putting that out there. I know I'm not the only one going through that, because I've heard that from a couple other artists on YouTube. What up, YouTube? Be nice to the art community. So because of that, I might even do a small art channel recommendation video next week, if not the week after. Because gosh, I mean, the reason I started was, number one, there's a lot of wonderful small art channels that just do not get the attention they deserve, the viewership they deserve, because they're incredibly talented individuals making beautiful things and beautiful high quality videos. I'm just like, these are people I watch, and I feel like they deserve a lot more love and support than the algorithm is giving them. So I'm going to be doing that soon. But I was definitely inspired, like I need to get back to doing that, because my channel has suffered quite a bit the last, I'd say, 8 weeks or so. So if I can be extra real with y'all, and I feel like I can, I already explained I had mixed feelings about this painting, but my feelings were so bad about it that I considered for a few moments just scrapping the whole thing, like deleting the footage, trying to come up with an impromptu video idea off the cuff, because I was like, it's Thursday, I still don't like this painting, I just don't feel the best I can about it. I'm like, this is not the best thing I've ever made. Not that everything I have to do is the best thing I've ever made, but you know, it's like when you're putting something out in the public, you want to feel good about it. But there are plenty of things I've honestly made and recorded footage of and produced a video, put it out there. And still, like, I look back at it now and I'm like, ugh, I don't know if I like that anymore. Or just been like looking back at it going, oh, I wish I would have tweaked these little spots on this piece. But here's what I was thinking was the bigger, stronger, more powerful voice in my spirit was just kind of like, you need to just put this out as it is and just accept the process and trust that maybe it helps somebody else that struggles with the work that they make. Because even though I have done this professionally for 11 years, and what I mean by professionally, meaning I'm an artist as a profession. Like I make a living off of that. Not that I'm like so professional. I'm the least professional person you'll ever meet. But what I'm saying is that even someone who has experience in making lots of art and selling said art on different products and things, that I struggle too. And I know that if I were either in the beginning stages of my art career, or if I was just having a bad day, not feeling good about the work that I was producing, that it would make me feel a heck of a lot better seeing someone else who's kind of stuck in their feelings about a piece and is struggling. But just, you know, like it's a lot more relatable to see someone having a hard time, I guess. Because when you're making things, you're in that vulnerable state, especially when you're sharing it with people and you don't feel good about it. So this was a big struggle for me. So if it helps you feel a little better, knowing that I still don't feel great about this and that I'm tempted to just paint over it completely or burn it or try and rework it and salvage it, which is kind of the state that I'm in now. I'm kind of at that, let's try and salvage this. I think we could save this. If it helps you, great. If it helps one person, awesome. If it helps more than that, great. Awesome, even better. If you feel like you have a friend who's going through this kind of thing, feel free to share this with them because maybe it helps them feel a little bit better. To know that you are not alone in this, baby. We all have those days. So with that, I hope you enjoyed this, and I guess we're gonna close this out. So I don't know where we're at in the video, honestly, as I do this little voiceover. So I'll hush up for now, and we'll see where we're at. So either there's going to be music playing or there'll be me at the outro. Either way, I'll see ya. And I do appreciate you being here, especially if you've liked and commented, subscribed, all that stuff. It's so greatly appreciated. So thank you. Okay, so now that you've seen it all and you've been on the painting journey with me, I would love to know what you think. And if it's just my eyes having trouble with this color combination because they're complementary colors, or what? I actually, some of the stuff I was having regrets about are the yellow for the eyes. Now I'm looking in the viewfinder to look it on the camera because looking at something in a camera, it's giving me a different perspective, and I actually like the way it looks in the viewfinder better than looking at it with my own eyes here in person in front of my face. That's interesting. But I'm having a little trouble accepting the yellow here. I didn't do that with my other painting. So there's a very big difference between these two. This one is very warm tones and they're all kind of in the same color family. You've got this hot, like magenta pink, this peachy blush orange, and this bright or very, I shouldn't say, maybe like a deep blood red. So it's easier on the eyes, where this one has the contrasting or complementary colors. So you've got like the hot pink. I tried to mix a pink that was like this pink, but I couldn't get it exact. And I didn't like write down the recipe of the gouache that I used. I suppose I could have looked back at the footage to figure that out. There's a thought. So I actually started going over the hot pink areas with a Posca, because this is more of the hot pink that I wanted. So I started with this. I may go over the eyes with the pink. I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite sure. I had originally thought of doing like a blues and greens for this one, or maybe blue, green, yellow, and kind of a total opposite of this, where this is very warm and I wanted to make one that was very cool to sort of complement it. But then I decided that I wanted to go with a color palette like I showed in the very beginning with the sketchbook. I was gonna originally go orange, pink, yellow.
And then I thought orange, pink, green, and then I thought let's go hot pink, yellow.
The reason why was because of a vintage book. There's this book called Taxis and Toadstools by Rachel Field. And it's a vintage book that I can't remember if I found it in person and then looked it up because I wanted to remember the color combination. But I loved the cover, and it's all these like, it's that green, pink, yellow. It's a lemon yellow, a Kelly green. It's a gentler pink than this. It's more of like a baby pink than the hot pink, but I really wanted to punch it up, and that was the color combination that sort of inspired this. Besides, like, I had a bunch of Barbie clothes from the 70s and early 80s, but like they were like, I think it was like maybe mid 60s, early 70s Barbie clothes. Sadly, my mom gave all my Barbie stuff away to some kid that came over to our house once, and I was like looking at her with daggers in my eyes, even though I was like 15, 16 years old. My mom was like, you don't play with these anymore. And I was like, do not give up my Barbie. And she was just like, don't listen to her, and gave them away. But there was a dress that had like this kind of color combination to it, which I just loved. It was like a 60, I want to say, is it Pucci? I forget the brand or the designer, but it was kind of this color combination. But that's also what sort of inspired this, besides that book cover, which kind of reminded me of it. So I don't think I'm done with this. So mixed feelings. It's so the opposite of the feeling I had with this, where I had like, I was a little bit like, you know, because I was staring at it for so long. And then the next day I woke up and I was like, I love it. Where this one, I stared at it for a long time. I was iffy about it, which is, I've learned, is very normal for me. I need to give my eyes a break from it and then come back with new, fresh eyes. And I'm still like, I don't know. I don't know if I like it or not. So, I don't know. I might take a giant paintbrush to this and just cover it and have a do-over. Which makes me feel sad and mad. Sad, angry. I don't know. So I'm leaving this on a cliffhanger, I guess. All right, so till next week, I'll see you, and I'll let you know what happened. All right, take care, have a great week, and I will see you next time. Bye.